Most people think that regulating your nervous system means finding a way to escape stress. That if you just breathe right, meditate enough, or take enough self-care days, you won't have to deal with stress, frustration, or uncomfortable emotions. And honestly, that's just not how this works, you guys. Hey everyone, thanks for being here today. I wanted to talk to you about something that a lot of people misunderstand when it comes to nervous system regulation and building capacity, because the way that it's usually framed is a bit off. Now, before we get into this video, I just wanted to quickly preface, I am in no way, shape, or form a doctor, a mental professional, or a medical professional of any sort. I'm just someone that has happened to have this condition, much like yourself, and I have recovered, made it to the other side, started coaching, and have gotten the privilege to talk to literally thousands of people at this point, and I'm taking everything I learned and I'm giving it back to you in the form of a YouTube video in hopes that you'll apply it to your situation to make your situation just that much easier. Okay, so let's talk about regulating your nervous system and building capacity. Most people think that regulating your nervous system means finding a way to escape stress. That if you just breathe right, meditate enough, or take enough self-care days, you won't have to deal with stress, frustration, or uncomfortable emotions. And honestly, that's just not how this works, you guys, okay? The world doesn't get easier. Life isn't going to suddenly stop being stressful. The truth is, people aren't going to stop frustrating you, and challenges aren't going to disappear. But you get stronger, okay? That's what actually changes your experience. The main message behind this video, when we talk about building capacity, we're talking about increasing your tolerance for stress, frustration, anger, and discomfort, not eliminating those things. Because the problem isn't that stress exists in this world or in your life. The problem is that your nervous system doesn't have a very high tolerance for it. I want you to think of it like this, okay? If your capacity for stress is, let's say, the size of a small cup, then even the smallest amount of stress overflows it. You feel overwhelmed, anxious, very reactive. But if you expand that cup, if you build your capacity for that cup, you make it bigger, you can handle a lot more before even coming close to that cup overflowing. I hope you understand. This is why it's not about avoiding stress or trying to be calm all the time. It's about training your nervous system to handle more without shutting down or freaking out. Because life isn't going to stop throwing things at you, even after recovery, okay? Just take it from me and my experience. The goal here is to get you to a place where those things don't knock you over every time. Let's talk about like a real life example here, okay? Let's say you struggle with impatience. Maybe traffic makes you ragey, or waiting in line feels unbearable. You could try to avoid traffic or long lines forever, or you can work on your tolerance for waiting, right? And it's the same thing with stress. If you avoid it, you stay fragile. But if you build your ability to sit with discomfort, you get stronger. And eventually, those things don't throw you off nearly as much. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same with emotions, and it's the same with symptoms as well. Anger, sadness, fear, frustration, if you avoid them, they own you, okay? If you learn to sit with them, feel them without reacting, and not let them control your behavior, you build a resilience. You become someone who can handle life rather than being at its mercy. So if you take one thing from this, let it be this, is that nervous system regulation and building capacity isn't about escaping stress. It's about expanding your ability to be able to handle stress. You're not here to learn how to avoid discomfort. You're here to learn how to get stronger, because when you build capacity, the world doesn't change, but you do. And that changes everything. Let's talk about some practical tips on how we can get this done in real life, okay? Number one, first example, learning to sit with discomfort. Instead of immediately reacting or trying to escape stress, practice staying with it for just a little bit longer than usual, okay? When you feel that frustration rising or whatever emotion it is, take a breath and notice it instead of immediately reacting. When you're uncomfortable, remind yourself, I can handle this. I don't need to fix or escape this feeling right now, okay? The next point, challenge your default reactions, your automatic reactions. If you're about to snap at someone, pause for a second and ask, is this actually how I want to respond in this moment? Is this a healthy response in this moment? If your instinct is to shut down, try engaging instead, even if it's in a little bit of a small way. If you tend to avoid, practice doing the hard thing, right? But do the hard thing in small steps, okay? Slow and gentle small steps. The next point here, reframe the way you see stress. Instead of viewing stress as a bad thing, recognize it as a sign that you're expanding your capacity. It's an opportunity. That's what we teach in the program. When stress hits, remind yourself, this is my system growing stronger. I can handle this. This is a great opportunity to be able to grow my capacity. View challenges as an opportunity to retrain your resilience. Okay? These are some steps that I've actually taken myself that have really helped me along the way in order to build my capacity, right? It's not about avoiding stress. It's about building your tolerance for it. There's totally a difference between the two. I hope this video has helped. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Let's say that CFS recovery is absolutely the real deal.
I actually felt like somebody had an answer, like somebody explained what was going on, and it all clicked.